Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet a nice basket with a circle wooden base and t-shirt yarn. Alright, these are my hooks and this is the t-shirt yarn. Alright, if you are ready, let's start. First of all, I am going to hide the holes of the wooden base. So I insert the hook through one of the holes, then I insert the t-shirt yarn on the hook and I pull it out. Then I go to the next hole and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. Then I pull the second one through the first one. And I just continue this pattern until the end of this round. Alright. I go to the next hole, I pull out the t-shirt yarn and I pull the second one through the first one. Then I continue this pattern until I reach here. Alright, here I want to mention that I use this tail, so I insert it on the hook and I pull it out. Now let me show you. This is the first stitch. I insert the hook beneath the first stitch and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. And this is the last stitch, so I insert my hook beneath just one of the loops and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. So now I should insert my hook through this stitch. My hook come out of here, then I pull out the t-shirt yarn and then I crochet a chain. Then I go to the next stitch, my hook come out of here and I start crocheting single crochet stitch. You know, because my wooden base has 36 holes, I should divide this number by 4 and when I reach the 9th hole, I should have an increase. So here I have 4 stitches and then I crochet 4 single crochet stitches and here we have increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here I have an increase. I mean I crochet 2 single crochet stitches here. This is the first one. For pulling out the t-shirt yarn, you can use a smaller hook. And then you can remove the hook and insert your own hook here and crochet a single crochet stitch. So after crocheting 8 single crochet stitches, we have an increase here. We should just continue this pattern. After crocheting 8 single crochet stitches, we have an increase. 8 single crochet stitches, we have an increase. 8 single crochet stitches, and then we have an increase, and this is the first stitch. Alright, here I want to mention that please don't forget to hide this tail too. You can crochet and you can hide this tail too. Okay, as I told you, here we have an increase. So I crochet 2 single crochet stitches. Let's crochet the first one and then for the second one I use a smaller hook for pulling out the t-shirt yarn, and after pulling out the t-shirt yarn I remove this hook and I use my own hook. Alright, so I reach here and this is the first stitch, and let me show you where I should insert my hook for connecting these two parts. First of all, I cut this part and then let me show you with my own hook. I insert my hook exactly here and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. Then I insert my hook exactly beneath this loop and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. Here we have a tail, so I should hide it with my hook. You can use a smaller hook for hiding the tail. You should hide it beneath these parts. Okay, dear friends, now I should grab my t-shirt yarn and my own hook in order to continue crocheting. So I insert my hook beneath the top of the single crochet stitch. It doesn't matter which one, just one of them, and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. I insert my hook beneath the top of the next stitch. I pull the second one through the first one. So this is the pattern of this round, and I should continue crocheting in this way, and I continue in order to reach the end of this round. So I continue until I reach exactly here. So this is the last stitch and this is the first stitch. I pull the yarn with my hook, I cut the t-shirt yarn with my own scissor, and now let's connect these two parts. This is the first stitch. I insert my hook beneath the first stitch and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. This is the last stitch. I just insert my hook beneath one of the loops and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. Here we have a tail. I use a smaller hook in order to hide it beneath these stitches. You can use a smaller hook for hiding. Alright, you should just continue hiding, and after hiding a part of the tail, you can cut the tail, and this is my work until now. Now let's see, I insert my hook beneath one of these stitches, then I pull out the t-shirt yarn and I crochet a chain. Then I start crocheting a single crochet stitch on the top of each stitch, and also I am hiding the tail too. We don't have increase for this round and also for the next round, and we just continue crocheting single crochet a stitch. Alright, so I continue crocheting and hiding the tail. It's really easy. By practicing hard, you can do it very well. And here I reach this part. We have a tail here. And I hide this part too. So dear friends, I continue crocheting until I reach, let me show you here, exactly here. Alright, there are two stitches left here. Let me show you, I mean these two. Let me show you, I mean these two, okay? So again, I crochet a single crochet stitch on the top of each stitch, and this is the last one. And then after crocheting the single crochet stitch, we should connect these two parts. So let me show you, this is the first stitch, this is the second one, and this is the top of the second one. I insert my hook beneath the top of the second stitch and I pull out the loop. Then I insert my hook through the first stitch, and then I pull out the t-shirt yarn. I insert my hook through the loop, I mean the second loop, and then I insert the t-shirt yarn on the hook and I pull it through the two loops. For the next stitch, I insert my hook into the back loop. So I work into the back loop. I don't insert my hook through the stitch. Alright. Then this is the next stitch. I insert my hook through the stitch and my hook come out of here, and I crochet a single crochet a stitch, and again for the next stitch a different pattern. I just work into the back loop and I crochet a single crochet stitch. The pattern of this round and the next round is work through the stitch and then work into the back loop only. So here I work into the stitch, I insert my hook through the stitch and I crochet a single crochet stitch, and for the next stitch I just work into the back loop. and we should just continue this pattern. All right, so let's see here. I worked into the back loop, and here I should insert my hook through the stitch, and I crochet a single crochet stitch. For the next stitch, as I told you about the pattern, I just work into the back loop. All right, here I should insert my hook through the stitch, and I crochet a single crochet stitch, and then for the next stitch I should work into the back loop, and here I reach the end of this round, and then I should connect these two parts. So let me show you. This is the first stitch, the second stitch, and the top of the second stitch. I insert my hook beneath the top of the second stitch, and I pull the loop. All right, then I insert my hook through the first stitch, and I pull out the yarn, and I insert my hook through the loop. I insert the t-shirt yarn on the hook, and I pull it through the two loops. In this column, I just work into the back loop. All right, I crochet single crochet stitch, and for this column, I work through the stitch. I insert my hook through the stitch. So for the next column, this one, I should work into the back loop, and I crochet a single crochet stitch. And when I reach the next column, here, I should insert my hook through the stitch, and I should just continue this pattern. So here I should work into the back loop, and I just continue this pattern, and I can crochet several rounds. So this is my work until now, and let me show you. Through the stitch, back loop only, through the stitch, and then back loop only, through the stitch, back loop only. So this is the pattern of this basket. Now I want to finish my work because I reached the appropriate size. So I pull the t-shirt yarn, and then I grab my scissor and I cut the t-shirt yarn. All right, let me show you with my own hook. This is the first stitch, this is the second stitch, and the top of the second stitch. I insert my hook beneath the top of the second stitch, and I pull the t-shirt yarn. This is the last stitch, and this is the top of the stitch. I just insert my hook beneath one of the loops, and then I pull out the t-shirt yarn. Now we have a tail here that we should hide it with our hook. As I told you before, you can hide the tail with your own hook, and even you can use a smaller hook in order to hide the tails. So let me show you. I should insert my hook exactly here, and I am going to hide this tail beneath these parts. It's really easy. So I continue hiding this tail, and I should hide the tail beneath these parts. Alright, this is my work until now. I insert my hook beneath the top of one of the stitches, and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. Then I insert my hook beneath the top of the next stitch, and I pull out the yarn. Then I pull the second one through the first one. And this is the pattern of this round. So I continue, and it's really easy. You should just pull the second t-shirt yarn through the first one. So this is my basket, and now let's connect these two parts. I pull the t-shirt yarn with my hook, and then I grab my scissor and I cut the t-shirt yarn. Then let me show you. This is the first stitch. I insert my hook beneath the first stitch, and I pull out the t-shirt yarn. This is the last stitch. I insert my hook just beneath one of the loops, and then I pull out the t-shirt yarn, and here I have two tails that I'm going to hide it, as I told you before. So this is my basket. You can also make a bow for your basket with a ribbon or even with a t-shirt yarn. And for example, I made a bow with a t-shirt yarn. Thanks for watching, dear friends. Please don't forget to like my video and subscribe my channel on YouTube. Goodbye.